section.
Can't wait.
Yep. Oh, slideshow didn't start yet. And there we go. Okay.
All right.
Carver's Twigs bird of the day. So, this is going to be the least surprising bird of the day ever. You probably know what the bird of the day is going to be today, because it's the most obvious bird of the day, so I'm not even going to bother teasing anymore. It's the turkey! Yay!
Hey,
So, a few that are following along.
you're delicious.
We are on page 2, the one that says turkey on it.
Oh yeah, I'm on page 2.
Oh yeah, yeah, the turkey.
Okay.
Beautiful turkey, as we can see there. We got a male turkey and a lady turkey. So the feathers that you see on Bentai and me, we obviously got male feather turkey things. So, you get that big turkey look of that big, giant, fanned-out tail. You see that? You're looking at a male turkey.
Oh yeah.
Hey, big boys. All right, we're gonna go to the next page. Basic information. Okay. So, 30 to 49 inches long. So that's actually a pretty big variance. And as you can see, males are 11 to 24 pounds, while females are 5 to 12. So this is one of the rare species of large bird where the males are significantly bigger than the females. Usually big birds, you have the females bigger, but turkeys are quite the opposite. Although they are a galliform, which is the same order that you're going to find chickens in, and the males being bigger for galliforms is pretty typical. Pretty typical. They're not a very long-lived bird, though. Only 3 to 5 years, which for a bird their size is one of the shortest lifespans out there.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is not taking into account people tend to eat them.
That's true. Although, one of the things I was going to get on this is that there's kind of subspecies of it. So there's the wild turkey and the domesticated turkey.
They're
both
turkey.
the same species, but they are divided taxonomically into different subspecies because domesticated turkeys have been, they've been changed quite a bit
They've been domesticated.
Yes, and so domestic turkeys are bigger and fattier, and their lifespan is usually about 9 months because that's when they get big enough to kill. Yeah. A domesticated turkey, they find that they can live 15 to 20 years, but that's in cases where they are intentionally kept alive. So, yeah. As you can see on the little map there, the wild turkey, they're going to be found in almost every United state. Little bits. See, as you can see, you can kind of tell it's like, oh, they don't live in the desert, in the Mojave.
They totally live in the desert. I mean, how else do I get wild turkey in my glass right now?
Well, that's true. They do sometimes come around some of the areas.
That's liquefied form you have there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So since I've got some guests today, before I go on to the next page, what are some things what are some facts that you've heard about the turkey? Some things that you think to be general knowledge about the turkey, and we'll see how right you are.
Well, I mean, I know Ben Franklin didn't want us to have the bald eagle to be the national bird of the United States. He wanted the turkey to be that. I don't know why though, but I know that much.
Okay.
It can be my trivia too, although I can't recall the reason.
Yeah.
Was it that because it was such a common bird?
Well, I'll get to that because that's something I had. I was just wondering if there's any other facts that maybe you've heard about the turkey. But, if you can't think of anything else.
One thing I heard is that I once honked my hovercraft's horn at a turkey and it honked back. I heard that honk.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. They are very communicative.
I've heard they're tasty with gravy.
They are.
Most things are tasty with gravy.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah. One of the things I want to point out, they've got a lot of really funny things that are named on their head.
Yeah.
So that big thing on top of their beak that hangs down, that's called the snood. And I love that. It's a snood. And then the little gullet hangs under it is the dewlap. And all the wart things are not actually warts, they're caruncles.
I had a caruncule once. Wait, no. I had a joke and I lost at the same time. Oh, well.
And then the beard, they've got some longer feathers that are kind of on their neck. And the case for all of these is that they're pretty much all going to be much larger and longer on the males. Yeah. So we're going to go to the next thing for the interesting information.
I still want to know where they got the name Snood.
I don't know. I remember there being like an old video game called Snood. It was like an old web browser game.
Isn't it also like something you wear around your neck in the wintertime, a snood?
That's called a scarf.
Oh, a scarf.
I'm just thinking here. So would it be rude to ask a turkey to send snoods?
Ooh.
Oh. I mean...
Oh, my.
I sent you my
Sorry.
snood. Please respond.
That's about as racy it's going to get around here.
I mean,
promise.
don't send a turkey any unsolicited snoods.
No,
That would be very impolite.
Mm-hmm. So the one that you came up with was Ben Franklin liking it over bald eagles. Well, the thing is that he was against the bald eagle and was noted as saying that the turkey would be better, but he never actually actively campaigned for the turkey to be the national bird. He was just noted as saying, I think turkeys would be better than the bald eagle when it was brought up to him, but he didn't actually do any campaigning for it. So that's one of those ones that's kind of hard to verify.
Yeah.
He just had some opinions.
Yeah, he had some
He was
opinions.
too busy in Paris to really care.
Yeah, doing Ben Franklin things.
Yeah.
So an interesting thing about the turkey is it is the only bird that is raised domestically for food that is native to the United States.
Huh.
Oh.
Yeah. The like chickens and most of the ducks and geese that are edible, they're variants that originated in either Asia or Europe or Africa. But
Wow.
the wild turkey is the only wild bird that we domesticated for food. And the Mayans were the first to do it. So they were domesticated before European travelers ever came over because they were highly prized. But here's the interesting thing. They were originally bred by the Mayans not for their meat, but for their feathers.
Ooh.
Because, I mean, you look at those male turkeys and stuff. I mean, they got some pretty long, pretty cool looking feathers.
Yeah.
They had a lot of value, a lot of uses, more than just decorative. They were used in all sorts of things. So I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, each turkey, 5,000 to 6,000 feathers. It's a lot of feathers.
I feel like it'd be pretty warm to have like a turkey down pillow, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah. So the gobbling, the sound that you hear, only males make that sound. I thought that was interesting. Now, the females are quite vocal, but it's not the stereotypical gobble that we hear. Another interesting fact I found that's the difference between males and females is that if you see turkey poop on the ground and it's shaped like the letter J, a male pooped it. But if it's a little curly Q, like a curly fry, a female pooped it. So yeah, that's interesting. Bird poop facts.
Wow.
Got a bird poop expert up in here.
And,
Yeah.
and now I want to know, like, how did that happen, like, evolution-wise? That's so wild.
I know. It's one of those things that ornithologists can't... It's like, it's the way it is. We're not sure why, but that's how
Wow.
it is.
It's mysterious.
So, there's another very common thing. If you ever listen to that or watch that old TV show that was like KQRP something Cincinnati. As God
That's
is
a good
my
show.
witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Oh no! I remember that.
Turns out
Yeah.
that the turkeys that he would have had to use in that episode had to have been domestic turkeys. Because domestic turkeys are too fat to fly. They get too much extra weight on them and they can't fly. Wild turkeys, on the other hand, can fly up to 55 miles per hour.
Oh.
Yeah, they're surprisingly good flyers.
Ew.
How far can they fly, though?
They're not distance flyers. They're more sprint flyers. They don't fly a lot. They do prefer to walk. And turkeys are non-migratory. So where they live in the summers, where they live in the winter. So yeah, they're really not built for long distance flights, but they got pretty powerful wing muscles, and they can flap pretty far and do those
Nice.
sprint flights. So that was kind of interesting. Now, another turkey myth that you may have heard is that turkeys are really, really stupid, and if a turkey looks up during a rainstorm, it may drown. You ever heard that one?
No, but I saw it in your chat room.
I think I've heard that one, but that sounds ridiculous. So like, no.
Well, you are
Sounds
right.
vaguely familiar.
It is ridiculous. It's not true even in the slightest. And in fact, in terms of intelligence, turkeys might be the most underrated bird in the bird order or bird kingdom or whatever you want to call it. Bird phylum? Yeah, Avis is a
The
phylum.
flock.
So turkeys are wild turkeys, actually pretty smart. They've shown a great deal of understanding of recognizing faces. Some turkeys have passed the mirror test. They've got complex language and social structures, and yeah. So it turns out turkeys aren't just some stupid bird. They're actually pretty smart. You know, they're not corvid or parrot smart, but in terms of like the bird kingdom, they're probably top 5%. And yeah, after reading that, it's like, oh, should we really be eating these and hunting these as much as we should? It gives you a little question on there. Not that I'm trying to pass any judgment. I mean, I ate turkey myself this morning, but yeah, I was surprised to learn just how intelligent and social turkeys are. One thing you're gonna find is that, well, the males are just kind of out on their own. Sometimes there'll be a male that'll hang around a brood of females, but like the males are pretty solitary. But the ladies and their chicks, they hang out. So usually if you see a big group of turkeys, you're going to notice that they're pretty much all going to be female. I mean, I know that's the case for me. There's a group of turkeys that hangs on around where I live, and they're all females, and there's like a dozen of them. And I think that's kind of neat that the ladies stick together, and the dudes are just like, I'm going to go do my own thing.
Got a girl gang going on.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of girl bosses. Nice.
And the other interesting thing I heard is that the name Turkey was actually named after the country Turkey.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah, it was basically a thing where, you know, the European settlers came over and there was some Turkish people that happened to be with them who were like hunting them, and the exact story of exactly how it came, but basically there was Turkish like hunters and settlers who were like settling with other European settlers, and it was just kind of a name that stuck. But it's one of those things where it's like there's no official documentation of how it came, but the thing is, it's like the name Turkey for the country was around before the name of the animal, and yeah, at least that's what I read. Like I said, it's not verifiable, but I kind of hope that's true because I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I hope so.
My final thoughts on the turkey.
Wow.
Yeah, I like turkeys. I think they're pretty charming, pretty cool, pretty delicious.
Lovely plumage. Lovely plumage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those guys have some huge beards.
Big beards. I mean, check out the snoods on those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got some big honking
Learned about
snoods.
snoots and I learned about poops. What else is there in
Yeah.
life?
And I mean,
not much else.
God,
Not
look at
much
the
else.
size of the breasts on those guys.
Oh, humana.
And they got
It's
of
not a
course
those
their
VTuber
legs.
collab. It's not a VTuber collab without some boobas, right?
Yeah,
It's
it needs
not,
some
no.
boobas.
Oh, there's some
Some
boobas.
turkey booba.
Turkey boobas.
Turkey
Oh,
booba.
yes.
Yeah. The wild turkey, pretty cool. I always give high rankings to birds of good intelligence, and I like that they're social, and the whole pecking order thing, that's not a myth. They literally have like a pecking order, like I can peck you, but you can't peck me, and you can peck Sally, and I can peck you and Sally, but Sally can't peck either of us.
Wow. I always figured that was just a thing. Huh.
No, it's a thing. It's
be
pretty
damned.
common with almost all birds that are in the Galliforms order. Galliforms being very dinosaur-like. I mean, look at the feet on those guys. Those are dinosaur feet. Those are dinosaur
yes.
feet. All right. So I'm gonna say like B+ bird. They're gonna be B+ bird. You know, A's a real
I'll go with
tough to
that.
get.
Definitely B+. Yeah.
B plus bird. Okay. That's enough for burb of the day.